Alrighty, here we go with our first showcase. And oh, hey, welcome back to gggaming. This is going to be Rayquaza against the 7-star Tera Raid boss, which is Kommo-o. Really, really good. This guy is absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you exactly how this is done. Let's get to it. All right, so for your Rayquaza, and of course we all got the shiny Rayquaza free at Christmas time, so great opportunity to go ahead and power that thing up if you have not. Otherwise, you know, shiny is optional, but we're using shiny. This is going to be Flying Tera Type, okay? So we're going to run the Flying Tera Type, run the Shell Bell as a held item, and then in terms of your move set, we're going to run Dragon Ascent, that is his signature move, and go ahead and put a few power points into that, bump that up to 8. Breaking Swipe, Sword Dance, and Scary Face. All right, so that's what we're going to run as our primary set of moves. And then our EV spread on this guy, it's very, very weird. All right, Dragon Ascent is a physical type move, so of course we're going to max out our attack. But I decided to go ahead and build this guy a little split on the special defense just because I wanted to use him in other raids. So this is my standard raid boss build. If you're building this thing just for this, run it full defense or full HP. It actually works really well in this fight because this boss will use both physical and special moves, but you do not have to copy my EV spread. Two things you want to do: max out your attack stat, and then also make sure your attack or your speed is at 226, which it's going to be that way anyway, as long as I think you've hyper trained it, because the Kommo-o's speed is like 206 or something like that. Might be wrong, but make sure you're faster because you want to go first. But that's that. Let's go do this fight. Show you exactly how it's done. All right, we're ready to go. We got our Intimidate NPC, which is Star Raptor. Helps out a ton in this fight to just have one of those, because 3 of this guy's 4 moves are physical attack. It's going to start out at the gate, of course, using that soul move, boosting all of his attacks straight up. No big deal. We'll deal with that. Fortunately, the vast majority of his moves actually lower his own stats, so it balances out very quickly. So what are we going to do? We're going to run straight into Scary Face. You get 1 move before the shield, and you are going to use Scary Face, period. Why? Because I want to go first. There's no way to drop his attack stat unless you've got another NPC that's is using Mudshot or something like that, which Bolt does, fortunately, but it's pretty rare. But so we're not going to rely on that, and we're going to go straight into Scary Face. From there, we're going to use Breaking Swipe. We're going to use Breaking Swipe. That's going to do a couple things. It'll lower his attack stat. Also, it is going to boost our Tera energy. So that'll give us 3 of those to get that Flying Tera set. You do not want to use Dragon Ascent until you're ready to be terrestrialized. Plus, we're going to be fully buffed long before we do that anyway. Because Dragon Ascent has a nasty side effect, which is lowering our stats. So we're only going to take 1 more hit before we get knocked out. So from here, we're going to wait. So this is kind of you kind of play this spot based on how much damage you take. If you can take a couple hits and not get knocked out, you basically will be okay. But we're going to wait. We're going to wait for him to clear his stats. All right? He will clear his stats when the timer bar, so that's that orange bar, gets to about the A in Unrivaled. That is where he is going to clear his stats. Why am I waiting? Well, I want to get knocked out anyway. One's going to give me a full heal. And I want to wait till I can get that Breaking Swipe to go ahead and knock his attack stat down, because that's going to help me be able to survive to get fully buffed. Because once we were fully buffed, we utterly destroyed this guy, no problem whatsoever. So, waiting a little bit, all the Pokemon making a ton of noise. There it is, there's the reset. So I go straight into Breaking Swipe. Now he is going to knock us out on this hit. No big deal. From there, that is going to push the timer bar to, it's actually what we want it to happen. It's actually going to push it down so it resets our stats at kind of the end on Unrivaled. That's where that happens. So this is just helping push things along. We're not sitting for so long. So there he goes. Resets our stats. From there, we are actually free to buff our Rayquaza to the stars and get to work. But we still do got to do 1 more Breaking Swipe to get our Tera energy ready. So we're going to do that first. So the nice thing about this part in the fight is he's not going to reset any more stats until we begin to do more damage on the HP bar. So we're free. We're free to buff ours because he's not resetting us again, and he will not reset his own. As you see, damage is much more reasonable now with a couple Breaking Swipes. So from here, we're going to go ahead and go straight into Sword Dance, and the goal is to get 3 Sword Dances. If I only get 2, 2 is plenty, you can make it work. But we're going to see what we can do here. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the Terastalize. The thing about putting up the Terastalize is you remove the weakness, but you also... so I won't take super effective damage from the Dragon Claw, but it will also... What will happen is because his attack is knocked down, he's going to prioritize Boom Burst instead. And we didn't drop the damage for Boom Burst. So if you can get one Sword Dance up prior to go ahead and putting up your Terastalize, that's a little better, because Boom Burst is still going to do full damage. And if you do not have Bella Bolt in your party like I do, you probably don't have Light Screen up, so kind of be careful with this point. There's Light Screen right there. So we're going to go straight into Sword Dance, because that Boom Burst will do a fairly big chunk of damage. There it is. Boom Burst, as I said. Alrighty. So we're ready to go. Rayquaza is now maxed. If we go ahead and take a look at his stats, his special defense and defense are also down -2 because he's been using close combat on someone. So from here, we're ready to use Dragon Ascent. That's it. This is the only move we're going to use for the rest of this fight. We're going to hit him really, really hard. The Shell Bell is going to heal us up. Dragon Ascent will also drop our defensive stats. But it's not going to be enough to actually make a difference by the time we get through this fight. Typically, his defensive stats are lower than where they were at -2. But we still should be fine. There goes the Clangorous Skull. That's Scales. Going to drop his defense even further, allowing me to do more damage. Thing is you do take those double attacks because of that. That's right. Well, this may break his shield, depending on if he used close combat. Nope, pretty good. So one more hit will break his shield. From there, it's pretty much game over for him. Our defensive stat is going to be knocked down quite a bit, but he's gonna have a hard time recovering. There goes the other Scales, dropping his defense again. He's going to use Boom Burst, which we survive. So as long as you don't get critical hit, you're good. Roll right into another Dragon. This will break the shield. Also gives us a free move. So here's the deal with this part of the fight. There's a chance right here I get knocked out, because my defensive stats are now -3. Even though I'm full health, he is going to go ahead and get a hit on me. Shouldn't be any more double attacks, because I think we're done with the 2 Scales. No, we're good there. Yeah, we're good. So now we get the free move because of the shield break. But depending on how much damage you do, you may actually break the shield while he still has one of those Scales moves, and at which point he's going to get you, usually. That's okay. You have enough time right here to come back in, quickly put up a Sword Dance, and finish this thing out. A little closer on time, but totally doable. Well, there we have it. Rayquaza doing the job. Did not get knocked out. Made it pretty clean. We got knocked out once, early, but that was by design. Didn't get knocked out there. Alrighty, let me know what you think. Let me know what other builds you are using, and check out the other showcases for sure. They're a lot of fun. This guy is a ton of fun to solo. Hit that like button if you've not. Sub if you have not. See you in the next one.